Today, we live in a world where ordinary people are becoming addicted to things such as Facebook, texting, and video games. These seemingly harmless distractions can have very damaging effects, both physically and mentally. So how does a technology addiction affect a society? Who has been hit by this disease? And who will be the next addict?
What does the term technology addiction mean to you?
Technology addiction is where there is, first of all, an addiction. Is where a person is controlled by some outer, whether it's a substance or in this case a technology, and technologies are impersonal. So consequently, it becomes a breakdown in relationships.
So you think the kids today, instead of like how they did back in the day of like going to parties and socializing, are now just doing it in like chat rooms and stuff like that?
I think that's a lot of it. I think it's easier that way. I think, people meet people on the internet. Sometimes that's not such a bad thing because there's so many people out there that are kind of, it's a very dangerous world in many ways. And if you can filter that through, chatting and stuff, that might not be such a bad thing. But I think it's become a way to disengage from life, really.
The long-term consequences, of course, are a substitute for relationships. Consequently, at the age that an adolescent is at, it's the development and the learning skills of how to communicate, how to relate, how to resolve conflict, how to become personal. And if they've not learned that skill in the adolescent years, they'll have that problem later on in marriage or in business or in their social life.
A lot of parents come in with children who have sleep disorders or can't get to sleep, especially teenagers. They're up till 2 or 3 in the morning, and that's because they're on Facebook, they're texting their friends, they have their phone right beside them in bed, and they're getting texts at 1:30 in the morning, so they're getting inadequate sleep and having problems, and they just can't let it go.
I'm always on my phone. I'm always texting, and that's pretty much, I just text whenever I can.
I use technology 12 hours a day.
Yeah, I text when I drive. Who doesn't?
As how many people feel that they can drive a car and text at the same time, or drive a car and talk on a cell phone? 80% to 85% of the population said they could do it with no problems at all. But when actually put to a task of doing it under controlled circumstances, it turned out that less than 10% could actually do it.
Distracted driving is dangerous. If you do that and you commit a mistake and you cause an accident, it's serious consequences, serious injuries, death, and the responsibility of being liable for lots of money.
When you're out on the road, you don't have that responsibility of just you. You have a responsibility towards the other drivers as well, like they do with you.
I probably spend about 8 hours a day on technology.
I'm on Facebook like 3 hours a day, minimum.
We are not going to fix anything unless we first know that we have a problem and admit it.
I think they need to do more things with other people, more sports, more clubs, more interactive kinds of things where they get out. Maybe they could do more stuff in the community, maybe more, working with people.
Best thing to do right now is don't text, get used to it now. And it's just common sense.
The thinking, as Einstein once said, the thinking that caused our problems is inadequate to resolve them.
You have to break the addiction.